Bonjour, bonjour, fragrance lover. Welcome back to my channel and Merry Christmas to you all, or Happy Holiday. I hope you're having a nice time. And yeah, let's talk about fragrance today. So in today's video is quite special because you know my taste if you follow my channel and all these things, but we're not talking about what you like. So I asked you on Instagram to tell me what was your fragrance of 2019, and I've done a top list of which are the 10 fragrances that I've been quoting more. Some of the shows I would have picked, some I wouldn't. I've done my top 10 of the 2019 scents, so you know what I like, but let's see what you like. And it's totally unisex. It's more like niche fragrance mainly. There's some masculine as well and some feminine, but I don't want that gender separation anymore, so let's just give to you all. We're gonna start by the number 10, and number 10 was one of the fragrances I do really enjoy because it's Lady Vengeance, from Juliette Azegen. And this fragrance for me is really like power in a bottle. It's like a fusion between rock and roll and something very romantic, which I love. Because there's a lot of flowers like lavender, and lavender is so soothing as an aromat. So it gives a bit like of a, I would say, softness to the fragrance, even though if it's very musky and the patchouli give it like a very strong scent. And what I really like about this is I generally love Juliette Azegen fragrance, and it's been created by Romano Ricci, which is the grandson of Nina Ricci, the fabulous designer, which I thought is amazing. And for this fragrance, for Lady Vengeance, guess who's the perfumer? Is Francis Kerdijan. Him, you know. So it's amazing, and the fragrance you can really tell because so beautiful. So I'm glad to see it on the top. On the 9th position we have Louis Vuitton Cœur Battant. Really glad again to see that because this is some fragrance I discovered recently this year and I didn't have any occasion to talk about on my Instagram, so I'm happy to see this one here. And I was a bit surprised though because on internet it's categorized as a chypré, and I was like, where is the chypré? I'm sorry. Chypré, I don't know if you know, but it's a family of fragrances. That means there's a touch of citrus, a touch of citrus labdanum, and also it gives like a slightly leathery accord to the fragrance. And there's also some moss. And this is the 3 ingredients that should be there to do chypré, and there's none of them inside this fragrance. Maybe you consider vetiver as mossy, but it's more earthy than mossy. Anyway, I'm a bit picky. Yeah, again, if you like pear fragrance, you're gonna really like this one because for me it's really focused on the pear. And I do also love the greenness of the fragrance because there's a touch of narcissus flower inside, and it's very velvety. It's not like beast mode. I think for me like still quite romantic and delicate. And I don't know, what do you think about Louis Vuitton fragrance? But I think I've got a pretty impression. First time I was not impressed, second time I really wanted to buy one, and I think that's going to be probably one of my lists. The 8th position, and a house that I love since a really long time because it's classic, because it's elegant, and because you know that you can't go wrong with those fragrances. It's Acqua di Parma Intensa. So it's the Colonia Intensa. I used to love Colonia because for me it's the perfect interpretation of a classic eau de Cologne, the Napoleon eau de Cologne. See what I mean? So yeah, it smells clean, it smells fresh, but this Intensa version's got more like a leathery tone to it, and with a lot of spice like ginger, cardamom. So it's nearly like a zesty cocktail, and I feel that for me is represent the Italian, timeless elegance, you know, a bit spicy, zesty, but always charismatic and elegant. If you know, but it was created by François Demachy, the perfumer of the house Dior, and also Berto Morillas, just that. So, I mean, two excellent perfumers together, you can't go wrong. Number 7 was YSL, so Yves Saint Laurent, Y, if I say in French, Eau de Parfum. So this is a release that was really recent, I think 2018 or 2019, I'm not too sure, I need to check that. It's supposed to give a representation of the iconic men's for Yves Saint Laurent look, which is a white t-shirt and a black jacket together. Always elegant, you can't go wrong again. I was a bit surprised by the scent because you can really smell the clary sage and the apple together, which I'm not too sure about, but it's a really interesting fragrance. I would say a safer option for men. In my sense, I love that the base is a bit more warmer with some amber and vanilla. It gives a bit of character without being too much. So I would say for me it's an easy fragrance for office. Number 6 is, let's go back to Francis Cœur du Géant, and this is Baccarat Rouge, a 540. So we all know this fragrance. I mean, if you want to smell like a caramelized bonbon, you know, very opulent sugary scent, you're gonna go for this. And which is quite funny is you don't get any sugar in the natural. It's more like it's more like a spicy oriental in the composition, a bit woody, but altogether gives that really caramelized smell, which smells very, for me it smells very luxurious. But if you've been following Max Chanel, you know what I think about it. But anyway, I'm gonna do a full review of Francis Cœur du Géant soon. I hope you will be interested in that, but I can't wait to try them all on camera for you. The 5th was Dior Homme Parfum, and I'm not talking about any other ones, it's the Parfum. The Dior Homme range for me is one of the best range we have for men because it's got so much character and it's really changing from the classic designer scent, I would say, because it's got a bit of sensitivity with touch of flower and then a bit of like opulence with the woods that are very sharp inside. So my favorite one of the range is definitely 100% the Intense one, but we're talking about the Parfum today. And the Parfum is basically a bit more leathery. It's really like you still have this iris, you still have this Italian orange inside, and the scent a bit more woody for this one because I think you've got agar wood inside. It's generally more leathery, but it's not more long lasting in my sense than in Intense. It's just very different. I think the Intense is a bit more sensitive, powdery, poetic, I would say. The other one is a bit like a bit sharper and yeah, nearly like a skin, but skin I'm talking about like leather scent. So good choice. Number 4, unless we nearly there to the 3 top ones of my follower on Instagram. And number 4 is Amour Jubilation, or Jubilation, if I can say. It's an oriental fragrance, so I'm really glad to see it there. I discovered it this year again and I'm really surprised by the scent. It's something I really do like. More on a man than me, I have to say. You can smell a lot the black pepper, which give a bit of spiciness, a woody trail as well, very ambery, musky. What I like about the fragrance is we go back to something very vintage. There's a multiplication of ingredients in this fragrance, it's crazy. There's no point to give you all the ingredients like this, but it really gives that vintage touch that I didn't smell since many years and that I really did miss from the 90s, because now we're much more simple in composition. We value our own ingredient and try to have a lot of quality, which I'm not saying there's no quality in there, but it's just on this one we have a profusion of ingredient and we want to give an idea more than a scent. And I feel this fragrance is really like a nice discovery. If you want something that is going to last on you, that's going to be powerful, charismatic, for special occasion, I think this fragrance is really beautiful. Third one, and not a surprise for me because I've seen it everywhere on Instagram, and I've tried it very recently, and I did like it. It's really interesting fragrance. It's a Nishane, Nishani. I don't know how you say it. I'm just gonna say it in the French way, Nishan. And it's Annie. So this fragrance is really like growing. We can see a lot like on the social media nowadays, and I think it definitely has its place in the fragrance community. This fragrance got a lot of green note, ginger, pink pepper, blackcurrant, rose, labdanum, cardamom, and then the trail is patchouli, cedar, vanilla, benzoin, musk and sandalwood. And I do love a sandalwood scent because it gives actually to the whole fragrance a creaminess that is so velvety, so soft. That is really good. It's not a gourmand fragrance, it's not a woody fragrance, it's something in between, and I feel that it really changed from what we used to. But yeah, I thought it had this place here. I'm sorry I'm going fast for all the fragrance, but I don't want this video to last too long. It's a little bit of fun one to see what you're thinking of and what did you like this year. But definitely some brand that I'm gonna talk about more in the future. And again, and I was again not surprised because this is a fragrance I've seen a lot in my fellow reviewer friend account, especially the men's, and a lot of them be talking about this one as being a dupe of Aventus, which is Mont Blanc Explorer. If you're talking about Mont Blanc, my choice always go to Mont Blanc Legend Intense, which is my favorite from it. It's a bit like an apple scent, sugary but not too much. This is my favorite from Mont Blanc. I didn't really fancy Aventus, to be honest with you. It's not a fragrance that I was really impressed of. I know it's got a lot of hype and stuff, but for me it was, I don't know, not that impressive. And Mont Blanc Explorer for me is in a bit the same category, even though I think I prefer the Mont Blanc actually, because I can smell more the pepper. It's a bit more leathery as well, bit of cacao pods, so nearly chocolatey at the end. You can't smell it that much on it, but a bit, you know. So yeah, very interesting. Tell me what you think about that, men's gentlemen. Did you smell the two? What do you think? Is it a dupe? Is it not? I'm not too sure personally. Some people say that the Aventus lasts longer and blah blah, but to be fair, who cares who lasts longer really, as long it really depends on the skin. But yeah, I'm not too sure, so tell me what you think about it. But for me, Mont Blanc Explorer, it's quite a nice one. The first one, and the one that I've seen a lot in those little answer on Instagram, and I'm so glad because it's a fragrance I really do love, and a house I really do love, and this is Jo Malone Frangipani Flowers. So you can't blame me on the rate because this is not me that decide, okay? So it's Frangipani Flowers, so that gives slightly like a honeyed note, very extremely solar. This fragrance is like sunshine really. You apply that, you feel happy, because we all know how we need sun to feel good sometimes. And this fragrance is really here to give you like a good mood. It smells nearly like a very, like a tea, you know, with a touch of citrus, and then on the back you can have this scent of sandalwood, very creamy, that gives all the sharpness and the solarness a bit of cream. So it's really, for me, a fragrance that is so soothing, so good mood. It's the kind of fragrance with ylang ylang flower that is the most solar fragrance in the world, that give you energy for the day, relax you. And I remember, I think that was beginning of the year, this fragrance won an award by the Fragrance Foundation to tell you as good it is. But if you want a fragrance that is in simplicity, very positive, just go for it, because yeah, I just love this fragrance. So yeah, I'm really happy about this top, because I was like, oh my god, I'm gonna finish with Aventus and Paco Rabanne on the top, and but no, I'm really happy about this top. I think it shows all the good taste of the fragrance community, and I think we all get, even me, more and more educated about fragrance, ingredients, quality, and I'm really happy to have this little fragrance community, because I can see you all have good taste. And even the one I didn't say because they didn't have other like not a massive amount of vote or stuff like that, I was actually like really surprised too. Like there were other fragrance that was here that was absolutely amazing. Let me tell you all the fragrance that was here as well. Well, not all of them because there was Coromandel, Pure Parfum from Chanel. There was Initio Rehab, Edolan Dream House from Ikerio. There was Givenchy Gentleman EDP, Dior Homme Sport, Alien Thierry Mugler, Tardes Bar Karner. You had Jo Malone Miran Tonka, By the Fireplace by Maison Margiela, and blah blah blah, and so on. And there was a lot. So thank you for all the person that participating on my Instagram. If you want to participate next time and maybe you didn't like this top, so you want to give your vote, please come back and I will probably like do that next year, or I don't know when, we'll see. But thank you again for this year. I don't think it's going to be my last video of the year, but Merry Christmas, Happy Holidays for those who don't do Christmas, for everyone, and I hope December have been good to you. Me, I'm very tired, that's why I'm still doing my videos on my sofa because I can't. But yeah, I will see you very shortly, and thank you again for being so supportive and so kind in the comment as well. It really means a lot because after you know, it's a lot of work as well, and I'm so happy to see that people are very kind and yeah, and give their thoughts, and yeah, that's it. Thank you so much, and see you very soon. Bye now. Saw you